Well, how do you feel the season has gone for you so far after what you accomplished last year and, coming into this season?
Yeah, I think it's been good. I think I view kind of like the off season as in season as well. So just the freestyle stuff that I've been able to compete in has transitioned really well into who I am developing as a wrestler and as a man. I think those things are good, and then just the few first matches we've had so far in the folk style stuff. I think they've been good. I'm starting to represent some of the things that I've been trying to work on.
How much do you? Yeah, I'm sure we've asked you this before, but all your international experience. How does that carry over for you to freestyle?
Yeah, I think it's knowing that you're wrestling guys. You hear a lot of guys say, how we wrestle the best guys, in our practices, but then there's also, you go out and wrestle the best guys in the world, and then, it's like you travel anywhere in the United States, and first of all, nothing's going to be as long as a plane ride to Europe, or the necessities that those trips require in terms of getting good sleep and jet lag and things like that. So you're already, things are, you could say easier in that sense, but then also it's like, that U23s and wrestling like a senior world champ and guys that just, are on the senior level bringing it. And so it's like when you step out with those guys, you have another level of confidence for sure when it's in the collegiate season.
Your freestyle clock is more or less well ahead of where Levi Haines is presently, but to see him ascend and compete right out of the gate and be one of the favorites, or just somebody that, hey, he's going to be a contender. How does that impress you, since he's just kind of dipping his toes in at this point in freestyle?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would say ahead, because I mean he just got a silver senior world level medal, so that's close to as prestige as it can get. It's almost right there, and so obviously he's my guy, and I think that's great. And I think honestly it's almost the opposite of that. It's not playing a comparison game, but helping each other to achieve the things that we want to achieve, whether it's in wrestling or just being a better man, or whether it is in your life or wrestling.
Same question, kind of tailored to PJ Duke. I mean, say he's coming out of high school and he's already making an impact on the senior level.
Yeah, same thing. Like learning from everybody and continuing to chase your own goals, but also make it something more than just yourself, and help other guys enjoy the sport or enjoy life, or because we can all take from each other. It's not just a one-way thing where you're older, you can teach or whatever. It's PJ can teach me things, Marcus can teach me things, and Levi can teach those guys things, right? So it's definitely a collaborative effort, a collaborative team effort for sure.
How's your perspective changed, would you say, and maybe the biggest revelation from last season to right now at the present?
I would probably say that either way, wins or losses don't really change much. One, don't change who you are, but also, and I think a lot of the times we think that wins are going to change something big. Like, it was funny after NCAA, like when I got back home and I looked around and I truly realized that nothing changed. You know what I mean? And so, I think it's just kind of a big process thing. I think there's been more solidification for that idea that everything is just a process. You're just constantly getting better, whether it be, I know I keep bringing up life stuff, but it is, it's bigger than just a wrestling thing.
I guess we talked to you, so Ben Askren obviously had a shock in his life.
Yeah.
What can you share with us about how that impacted you and what conversations you've had with him in between by chance?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's gonna, the people that are close to him, and I believe that I'm very close to him. I think, it's a sad thing, but and it impacts you, but I think it's almost more so like servant. How can I help him and be there for him during those times? I was able to go back home in June and July, like late June, to see him and see how he was doing and stuff, and just been able, I think the biggest blessing is just being able to text him. And it's funny, we text more now. I think that's probably just you know, just like a harsh truth of when you almost lose someone, you're ready to, you know, talk to them more and be with them more. So obviously, you know, tremendously grateful for that, and that, you know, we still have Ben, and yeah, I just think it's more switching it on how it's impacted me, but you know, how I can help with that.
Talk about how life is a lot bigger than wrestling. Does a moment like that kind of reinforce that, and how does it change your view when you're traveling for the sport now that that's kind of going on?
Yeah, big time. Yeah, well, that was like right around Final X when all that was happening. So it's like, you know, you're trying to make a world team, but it's like, you know, my coach and my guy that I've known for my whole life is, you know, suffering critically. It's like, you know, this is a lot bigger than just winning or losing. You know, that's a perfect example that it's like talking about life. It is just way, way bigger. And I think that's what I mean by just this whole off season, just things being more solidifying in that sense. That it's just bigger than, you know, trying to win.
All right.
Good.
Thank you, Mitchell.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.
All right, I've been